And I think we're live. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I am figuring things out real quick here. Alright, we should be live, and we've got another 3D printer here. We had two show up today, and normally I wouldn't do two streams like this, but these are both pre-built. The M3D is currently printing. I printed out a little Raspberry Pi case for it. It was turned out okay, not great. So I'm printing out a Batman bust, so we'll see how that turns out. And then once I'm done with that, I'm probably going to try to flash it with custom firmware because it prints with these, like, I don't know if you can see them. It's got this, like, layer that it automatically prints below where it starts printing, and it's a pain in the ass to get off, and it makes your print look a lot rougher than it could because the actual layer adhesion is not terrible, but that initial stuff is really screwing it up. So I'm going to see if when I flash it and I use it with like Kira or Repetier, whether it's better. So anyways, we've got this guy in front of us, which is the BIQU Magician. It is a $200 Delta printer that is pre-assembled. The company contacted me a few weeks back, and this one I've been really excited to get in because one, it's a Delta and it should be fun, and two, from what I saw on it, it looked pretty solid. And again, it's $200, so it's whatchamacallit? It's really budget friendly, and it's 100% pre-assembled. So let's go ahead and unbox it and see what we've got going on. It's packaged really well, considering it's in a cardboard box and it's taped. So let's see if I can get it out. Bobby's here with his kind words. What's going on, Bobby? I knew it was here like the second you text me because the dogs always bark when someone shows up, and that's why every time they've been barking all day long I've been running to the door. And I knew it was getting towards the end of UPS's shift, so I was like, it's gotta be coming now. Ugh, it smells, the packaging smells like, I don't know, like factory. Alright, we've got a box in a box, so let me go ahead and put this on the ground. Pull out the other box. This is pretty cool. So here is this is the real box. So it comes shipped nicely, considering it's a box in a box. It feels pretty safe. I did put it upside down, but check this out. This is definitely a first. Like, this round box, I've never seen anything ship in something like this, but it's got a really cool label. It's the 3D BIQU Magician. Hey Bobby, thank you very much for the $5 donation, man. I said you were all kindness, but thank you very much, man. It's going towards that Ninja Flex, so we'll eventually have Ninja Flex once we've got like our $70 put together. Hey, what's going on, Rover? So I'll show you too. So I printed out this little holder. I printed out this little holder for Raspberry Pi Zero, which it works. Like, the tolerances were okay, but the M3D Micro Plus prints with like a default like raft, I think is what it's called, below, and you can't get rid of it through the slicer. It just seems to do that no matter what you put. So it sticks too well to the print, and it makes the print look shitty, like shittier than it should, because the actual layers aren't too terrible. So I'm printing a Batman bust where it won't really matter that much. Those layers will just be down below. I will share some Ninja Flex with you, Bobby. So we'll see how that turns out. It's like a 5-hour print, and then once that one's done, I will go ahead and flash, or attempt to flash custom firmware to the M3D. That way we can use it with our standard slicer. So let's go ahead and take our scissors out and see if we can get this out of this box. I know what the smell is now. It's the tape on here, the packaging tape. Because I bought some cheap packaging tape once, and it had the exact same smell. So that's what the interesting smell is. I'm just kind of peeling around it. I think we're making progress. Let's see if I can. Whew, that wasn't too bad. I'm definitely gonna keep this box at least for a while in case I need to move this printer around. It's really nice. Hey, what's going on, Zexera? How you doing? Happy St. Patty's. So let's see if we can just, can we lift it out by the bag? Easiest 3D printer kit ever. Alright. Alright. So, we've got, take it out of the packaging, we've got a little BIQU service card on top that says, "Dear valued customer, thank you for your purchase." It's got a link to the Facebook group for the printer. Support link. We will do our utmost to serve you. If you have any questions or problems, please don't hesitate to contact with us for better solutions. We will try our best to figure it out as soon as possible. We would love to invite you to share your experience with us. Yada yada yada. So that's cool. How's the ANET going? Any more mods? I have not done anything, man. I'm still trying to get the freaking Tivo Tarantula done and the Tronc CX5. So hopefully after this, I'll have some time to take a break and just work on like finishing some of these printers that I've gotten in. So we've got the 3D BIQU. It's a printer manual, a really nice manual actually. Unpacking, so it's got a little, I don't know how well you guys will actually be able to see this so close, but it's got a little unpackage, like what everything is supposed to come with. Component description, shows you a breakdown of everything. Hardware installation. So let's go ahead and take everything out, I guess, first. What's this? Unpacking notice. Please cut the ribbon. Please pay attention to protect the belt. Please tear off the protective film. Okay. Some basic instructions here. Let's see if I can. The M3D is printing on the sides. I don't want to screw it up. Ooh. One thing I did find out about the M3D though too was that the reason why it was taking so long to load the files was because it was set to, by default, save the file to the printer. So it was, that's what the long percentage was. It was actually transferring the whole STL to the printer. This printer goes for $200. It is $199. It is going to be a PLA only machine because it does not have a heated bed, but it comes pre-assembled and it looked pretty cool, man. Like the print quality I saw looked really good. It's got a touchscreen. I mean, it's pretty adorable in its small form factor. I'm definitely liking these smaller printers. For space mostly, and they're really cool for just miniature prototyping stuff, or again if you don't need to print anything that big. But let's go ahead and cut out, let's see if we can get this wrapping. It's like this is probably the best way to cut it on this side. Yeah, this is one I'm actually super excited for. It's, when I was taking a look at it again, there's not too much on this printer. It just looked pretty promising, and again, it was like one of those printers where I didn't really hear much about it. I've never heard of it actually before they contacted me. Excuse me, but it's always exciting to see another printer kind of coming up. So let's go ahead and take out. Let's see. We'll cut off all of the stuff protecting different arms. It says watch out for the belts, so we will do that. Yeah, $200 pre-built Delta is really cheap. The only other one I could think of that's even remotely in this price range is the Monoprice Delta. But I think this one has a bigger build area. The only thing that one has going for it is the heated bed. But again, I primarily have been printing in PLA, so I don't have any issues with just using this as a PLA machine only, as long as the prints are, you know, sticking relatively well. Oh, no worries, man. It's $199 for the 3D printer, and again, it comes 100% pre-assembled once you take all this stuff out. I see why it says be careful of the belt. You definitely don't want to jack anything up. All right. I kind of like that it's called the Magician too. We'll see if it's magical or not. Alright, so these all look injection molded. I don't know, it doesn't look like there's any 3D printed parts at all. Let's take off the filament, which is nice. They threw in a little spool of filament for us. Yeah, it is super cheap, man, for the price. And so far, it's looking really solid. It's got touchscreen, it's got an SD card reader, so you can do completely untethered printing. It's got, I believe, an auto bed leveling sensor. So it's got some definite perks. Okay, so we have to cut the zip tie on each of these belts. This is what it wants you to be careful for. Let's not damage this. Okay, one down. Girlfriend's gonna come home and be like, what the hell? That's why I need a lab, man. The advantage of Delta 3D printing is usually that it can print quicker, because Deltas are always with Bowden setup, so obviously the head is not, the extruder is separate from the hot end. Another thing is, I mean, usually they take up more height than width, so they could also be beneficial in the sense that for limited space, you can still get a lot of build area in the Z-axis without taking quite as much space up. I'm trying to think what other things are Deltas good for. Off the top of my head, nothing else is really coming to mind. I like the, let's see, can I move this up? So the hot end on this, or the hot end actually has 3 fans, one on each corner, which is really cool. Which means that the nozzle is, or the first layer is going to definitely get a lot of cool air blown on it, which should be kick-ass for printing PLA. I'm really excited about that. Let's see what we got in these envelopes. Yeah, usually fast printing. Print quality is usually pretty solid. So we've got a little spudge tool, which is cool, always nice to have. We've got an SD card. We've got an SD card to USB adapter. Looks like some maybe replacement parts. Some adhesive. Are these for the bottom? These kind of look like legs. Huh, I don't know. There's these 4 sticky, round, like foam things. This looks potentially like a temperature probe, or maybe this is for the auto bed leveling. Maybe it's a replacement auto bed leveling sensor. We've got some glue stick. We've got the little attachment for the top, which is going to hold your spools. Looks like we've got 2 replacement nozzles, a replacement, these are all replacements for parts of the hot end, so I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's pretty cool that they include that. Got our standard USB cable. We've got some Allen keys. Do these use like a BL Touch or proximity sensor? I'm not sure what this one uses. Oh, it looks like I have to actually hook up that auto sensor to this. We'll see in a minute. I'm not actually sure. It's not like a BL Touch. It's some kind of a... Oh, this is the power supply. It's a pretty big power supply, actually. 12 volt, 10 amp. Cool. Okay, so tear off protective film. Pretty sure this is what you print on. I think you print on this weird flexible material. Maybe. It says to tear off film, but I don't really see that there's a film on here. Huh, we'll see. I'll leave it for now. How is it going to print on that? Does it need to flip? Nope, I have no idea. Okay, please pay attention and protect film. Okay, we did that. That's fine. Alright. Hardware installation. Printer is strictly tested before delivery for maintaining the regular printing operation. You can enjoy 3D printing for the first time after installing the filament and complete auto leveling. Please fix the filament holder at the top of the printer. Okay. Ugh. Lose these parts. Even though I have like spares of everything, I still rather not lose them. So it looks like this goes over here and this drops down. We're gonna need that Allen key. I'm gonna start working on Anycubic on my desk so I can watch you at the same time. Sounds like a plan. Alright, let's see. Allen key. As far as I know, you can use any slicer with this printer too, but we'll see in a moment here. Interesting. Well, that definitely works. It's like kind of lopsided, but not really a big deal. Although it bugs me a little bit. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. It's alright, we'll leave it lopsided. Oh, yo, Dan, how did that case go that you made to hold electronics for the TiVo? Because I kind of want to do the same thing for the Anycubic. I ended up throwing it out, I think. It worked fine. It just was really bulky. I didn't like it. It added a lot of extra, like, girth to the side of the printer, which was not something I was a fan of. I'm still going to have to redo the TiVo Tarantula's cable management at some point. Okay. Please put the filament directly on the holder. After that, insert the filament into the extruder. Finally, insert the power plug and press the power button. How do you put the auto bed leveling sensor on? Oh, automatic leveling. Before printing, the machine should be leveled. The machine is completely leveling by default. You're required to paste EVA cotton. You're required to paste EVA cotton on the film pressure. Oh, that's what that is. For its normal use. Connect the wire of the film pressure sensor and put it on the nozzle. Directly click leveling on the touchscreen and the automatic leveling of the printer will start. Oh, so you only put the auto bed leveling on. Later, Zex. Thanks for hanging out, man. Bro, it's so loud. It's not that loud. Alright, so it looks like this goes on to this. No idea which way it goes. It's interesting. Alright, so it looks like you take the auto bed leveling sensor on and off manually. So you plug it in like so. Kind of sits there. And then it covers the nozzle, is that what it's saying? Interesting. It doesn't seem right. I don't quite understand this. Oh. Okay, I think I got it. Interesting. So maybe you don't have to level it every time, since the bed's not adjustable. Maybe it just levels it like once? I don't know. What can I unplug? I don't know what I unplugged, but everything seems okay. Alright. Okay, power's plugged in. Do we hit the power button? Okay. It's booting up. Alright, let's see. Leveling. Okay. Is that really it? It seemed pretty quick. Oh, is it? Sorry. It's probably because it's so close to the mic. That was really fast. I didn't really know what I was expecting. Wait, are you not supposed to use this little flexible? Oh, this is just a cover. Okay, let me try this again. I was under the impression that we were printing on this mat thing. It seems a little aggressive. Yeah, it's a lot quicker than I thought. Okay. When the automatic level is completed, be sure to take down the filament sensor. Okay. I wonder how often you have to re-level it. Let's go ahead and heat up the heat for PLA. The touchscreen is pretty nice. Alright, let me go ahead and plug in the SD card. I guess it comes with... Hey, what's up, Paul? Whew. It's going pretty good, I think. We'll see in a minute here once I try to print on this thing. It's kind of interesting the way it auto bed levels. Not sure whether I did it right. It like has this little... What the hell is it? Oh, this little probe thing that you plug into it, then put it over the nozzle. It goes down, does this thing, and then you remove it. So if the bed doesn't move, I don't see why you would ever need to level again. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That you really don't need to level it because there's no screws to adjust or anything like that. So the bed shouldn't move anywhere. Although something could get thrown off up top. That's probably why it gives you extra and tells you to hold on to it. But maybe you don't really have to level it again. I don't know. See what it has on this SD card, if it works. Let's see. Alright, I'll show you guys the software on this thing. Alright, so on the SD card, we have got Magician data. We don't need the drive. Example models. Cool. Instructions. Actually, let's just let's print one of the models that's on here. I don't really want to screw with it right now. Let's just hit print and see how it goes. So the SD card goes right into the front, it looks like. Card inserted. Cool. Let's go ahead and load up some filament. Okay. Nope, that doesn't feel right. No, it's smashing. What? This is it's called the BIQU Magician. Yeah. I was doing the M3D earlier. The M3D is still printing. This just showed up, and since I'm gonna be gone next week, I was like, let's just do a double stream. There you go. Now we can see it. So we're gonna see how this goes. The BIQU is printing a Batman bust. It's gonna take like 5 hours or so. So. I'm not really sure how you load this. We need to cut it a little bit better. Yeah, this one I was really excited to get in actually, because it's a pre-built. It's $200, and I can't load the filament. I've had terrible luck today with loading filament. Yeah, I mean, so far, let's see if I can get the filament in. Let me look and see if I'm doing this thing wrong. But yeah, it came pre-assembled. It's got 3 fans on the hot end, which means that the PLA should look beautiful. It doesn't have a heated bed, so it's definitely a PLA machine. It just shows... No, it shows I'm doing it right. Push out, so down and down. Okay. It's gotta be... There we go. Right? Yeah. Okay, I got it. It just wasn't lining up, so once I actually looked, it wasn't so hard. Cool, we got filament coming out the end. Let's wrap this a little nicer. And so, since there's files on the card already, why is this doing that? I don't want the filament to screw itself up. So it comes with Cura, but since there's just files on the SD card already, I was like, we'll just print it like it is and see how it goes. But is it not? No, that's good. Alright. Alright, let's see how this goes. So back, print, example, slice model, Kung Fu Panda. Oh. I probably should have put hot glue on it. Let's see how it goes. No, we definitely need to put hot glue. Stop. Yeah, this material is... I might end up having to do some build tech or something, but yeah, it gave us glue stick, so we'll use it. I've actually not used glue stick in a very long time. They sent it to me. They contacted me on Facebook. And I just so happened to see it. And I took a look at it, and I didn't find much on it. But the stuff that I did see looked pretty awesome. Again, for a Delta printer, fully assembled for $200 with auto bed leveling, and it's not closed source, like you can use it with any slicer. I had a hard time saying no. Plus, I actually really like its small form factor, because I don't have a lot of space. It should be really nice, like with my current setup. Oh, it's going. Let me take you guys a little closer so you can see kind of what's going on. Whew. So it looks like it's doing some supports. It looks like the bottom layer is definitely too close. So we might have to do some re-auto leveling. But it's definitely not printing smoothly. But I'll give it a little bit. See if it figures itself out after a layer or so. The auto leveling sensor was a little weird. I'm not really sure either what the material is on the bottom here, if it's acrylic or what. It also came with this on it, and I swore I've seen people print on this thing before. So I don't know if that's what I should be trying. I don't know. We'll see. Does it have 3? Yeah, it has 3 cooling fans, dude. Which is awesome. They're not only one's on right now, which I'm assuming is the main extruder one. So maybe after it's done with a couple layers, it'll kick on. Yeah, that first layer is laying down like shit. Let's peek my manual real quick. Oh no, it said the machine has completed the leveling by default, so maybe I didn't even have to re-level it. Definitely not sticking very well. Oh shit, I bet you that's what I'm supposed to remove. That's why it's not spinning good. Well, that's funny. It wasn't very clear. It would have been nice if there was like a tab or something on there saying remove me. Okay, so now I wonder whether this guy will stick to it really well. And it does. This is what I'm supposed to be printing on. Alright, so we will let it cool down and then we'll level it again. You get what all the time? Well, yeah, it's just like the picture isn't very clear. and it just says remove from bottom. So I'm assuming that this little flappy thing is what I'm removing, but the flappy thing I think is actually what I'm supposed to be printing on. Because it sticks, and I think afterwards you can remove the print. Which is interesting. Just melting plastic to melted plastic, right? Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I have to let it cool down. Try it. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot and see how it goes. I just want to make sure that the hot end cools down before I throw that sensor on it. I don't want to melt it or something. Heat. It's at 81 Celsius. Let it cool down a little bit more. It's cooling down very quickly because all 4 fans have turned on, which is awesome. What do you think of the ANET A8? I think it has the potential to be a really solid printer. I have one and I've done a lot of really great printing on it, but I think that it's definitely, it needs upgrades if you plan on getting good prints and you want it to be safe. Monoprice Maker Plus is on sale right now for $299 ship. That's a really good deal. What's up, Cairo? No worries, man. All I've done so far is unbox it and fail a little bit, but I think this time we're gonna get it. So you don't have to level it every time. The way it works is you plug in this little probe thing, right? So I plug it into here, these little prongs that are just dangling. Then I take this little foam cushion thing and I wrap the hot, or not the hot end, but the nozzle in it, which takes a little bit of kind of work to get, which I think that looks about right. Then we hit level. Yeah, it's a weird leveling system. So because the bed doesn't move on this at all, like it's literally bolted to the bottom, you shouldn't have to really re-level it much. That's why you just take it off, and I don't know, we'll see whenever I need it next. But let's go ahead and hit print. We're gonna try to just print the example print on here, which is there's a Kung Fu Panda and there's a robot. Which one? Let's do the robot. So it goes. I love my hydro flask, Bobby. Looks like the stream shit out for a minute. Is it back? There we go. I like my hydro flask a lot. It's really nice. Alright, so we're heating up now. I don't know what file it is. I can actually check the file. No, I can't. Never mind. It's called robot. See how it sticks to this. I'm gonna try it. I should try it with a glue stick. I don't really know. I don't know what the hell this material is. It heats up really quickly, which is nice. Replacing filaments. Oh wow. During the printing, if the first layer is too high or too low, please cool the nozzle and modify the Z offset parameter. Interesting. Platform handling. Automatic leveling aims to ensure smooth print of the first layer, but may not prevent edge warping. Therefore, it is recommended that your printing platform should be coated with a layer of solid gum. Okay, got it. Is the bed glass? Absolutely not. The thing, you mean not the bendy thing, right? You're talking about the thing below it? I think the thing below it's acrylic, and I have no idea what the actual flappy thing is that it's printing on. It's not sticking too well. What should I do with Y layer shifting on the ANA A8? Make sure your beds are tight. That's the first thing I would check, just to make sure that all your belts are nice and tight. Definitely like a rough first layer. Okay, now the fan's kicked on. Yeah, it's not sticking. Alright, let's go stop. Actually is kind of sticking. I think that the nozzle is too close to the build platform. Because it looks like it's digging pretty rough. Yeah, it's definitely digging into it. Kind of a cool little whatever the hell this thing is. I don't know how long it'll last with the adhesive before it needs to be replaced or something, but alright, so let's see. It said to go under settings, adjustment, test. Please click on the red dot. Okay. 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 Setting, machine, see offset. Try that again. Starting to fade out. Been up too long with too little sleep. Going to take a nap. Okay, Rover. Sounds good, man. Enjoy your nap. What's up, Rando? How's it going, man? It's probably going to take some calibration before it's going in the right direction. doing a video of the Tronxy X1. No. No, what is the Tronxy X1? I think that might have helped with the offset. Let me see, Tronxy X1. No, I have not. It's a... Is it newer or no? Yeah, it looks just like the kind of like the Ender 2. I got a machine that was like that style in one time, but it was defective, the one I had. But it wasn't Tronxy, it was like, I don't remember the brand, it was quite a long time ago. Okay, so the first layer looks better than the last time, but it's still not... Oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all. Stop. A lot of shit sticking to the nozzle. I almost wonder if there's slicer settings that they slice these pre-done files with are even accurate or not, like whether that's causing some issues. I need like a sock or something to wipe this off. Trusty sock. Get rid of all that shit. Try two more things. Back, settings, machine. Offsets. Let's also try some glue stick since they gave us it. Print, example, there. At least it heats up really quick. With trying as many times as we have, or we might have to do, it's nice that it's a pretty quick heat up time. Come on, printer. I just looked at my spool of wood filament and realized how much that car took. You bought what, a kilogram? Try slowing down the first couple layers. If the panel will let you, might help a bit. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I can. Wait, how? Oh shit, I can literally just go. That's cool. There's a little wheel that you can just scroll. Like, it's not truly a touch wheel. I mean, it's touchscreen, so you obviously can't touch it. But you spin it like a dial, and so I was able to slow it down to 50%. It's probably a little too slow. Let's go up to 75% maybe. It does feel like it was going pretty quick for a first layer. Wait, where'd you say you got the spool from? Bobby, you got it from Matter Hackers? You got it from Amazon? I really want to rip open the top just to see what the electronics look like inside. I see the board and the motors and stuff on the top. Sorry, my big ass head's in the way. What's up, Gio? Amazon? Okay, cool. Which one did you go with? I wonder if it's the same one I have. I have like the Hatchbox wood PLA. It's the one I've had forever. I don't want to jinx it too much, but it looks like our first layer is down, and it's decent. It probably would have turned out better if I had started it at 75% speed from the beginning. The TNs? That's like where I have got all my filaments so far. Oh, okay. Bobby, you know what this 3D printer needs, right? LEDs. They've worked out pretty well for me. Does your job get mad if you don't use their filament? No, not at all, man. We resell a ton of filament too. Like Matter Hackers, we make our own filament. Like, so we have Build Series and Pro Series. And I do plan on definitely starting to pick up some of our filament. In a couple of weeks, I'll probably do like a $100 purchase and get like, I don't know, a handful of spools. But no, we sell a ton of other companies' filaments as well. Like we sell like Filamentum, Ninja Tech. What other ones do we sell? The T-Glass, like Tallman's, I think is what it's called. So we have quite a few. I just use the generic $16 spools on Amazon for PLA anyways. I buy better ABS and TPs elsewhere. Yeah, for PLA, I feel like I haven't really had a bad experience with any of them, so I'm not really picky on PLAs. LEDs, hell yeah. Gonna install some Bluetooth speakers in this thing. I gotta fix this little filament holder guy up top. It's kind of bugging me how it's crooked. Probably make a model to like make it sit flush on the top. I just use Hatchbox PLA from Amazon, works great. Yeah. That's primarily what I was getting for a long time. The price is just really cheap on it. And it's got prime shipping. And then I've done mono price a few times too, just because they're really local. And sometimes they have really good deals on filament. Does it even tell me how long? Oh, it does. 1%. Bro, I honestly think stepper motor damage is just as important as LEDs now. They're just so... The sound doesn't really bug me though, Bobby. Only when I'm sleeping. But I guess if there was a way to make my printer quiet to where I could record in the same room and not have it be heard in the background, that could be kind of nice. What do you use to adhere prints? I tried Elmer's white school glue today and it works great. Prints can be pulled off when you use the glue, it just peels off the glass. If I use Build Tack, then I don't use anything, and a couple of my printers have Build Tack. If I don't use Build Tack, then I just use hairspray. I've used hairspray for both PLA and ABS, and it works really well, and it's really cheap. So, yeah, I strongly recommend hairspray. Mono price is a sale on some of their filaments to go with the printer sale. Huh. I did see some kind of sale, because Monoprice has been known, like, they have sales all the time. So, like, well, like, a Monday sale, a Tuesday sale. Okay, this is the one I saw, 20% off of $150 or more, which is pretty sick. So you can get the Maker Select V2 for like $240 right now. Maybe not. Doesn't seem like it works. Some filaments are marked down to $16, $18 from $22 to $26. Want to place this like plus for $40. A $100 coupon and standard select is. Huh. I haven't heard much about Monoprice in a while. Like I know I heard a lot about them. When they did the whole Monoprice mini, they were like blowing up. I was talking about them all the time. I saw them everywhere, and then I haven't heard as much. I mean, I was just talking about their Delta earlier, but I wonder if they've got a whole new lineup they're working on or what. Where did my phone go? Oh, it's here. I'm pricing all the resin printers. They're doing a sale on all their printers. Really? That's confirmed? Use of monoprice UV brush blue printers for latest SLA printers for monoprice. Bro, I've been sitting here with this printer and haven't gotten anything done. Why? Do you not know what to do? Monoprice DLP printer. I don't see anything about it. Scroll to the coming soon on the new products page. New? Shop. Hey, where is monoprice mini SLA? I see, let me see. See featured products. Under new? No. New products, monitor essentials, refurbished. It's in shop, new products. Monoprice mini SLA LCD high resolution and resin 3D printer. Interesting. I wonder what it's gonna retail at. It looks really small. Hello. Hey, how's it going? Okay. Okay, are you hanging out with Beth later? Are you coming over here? What's the plan? Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm meeting my mom for lunch tomorrow at 2, so I'll be gone too. I'll probably take off by like noon or something like that, so I can run by their house and throw a load in the wash or something. Yeah. I'm streaming right now. You're on stream. Yeah, I mean, you're not on speaker, but yeah, I'm sitting in front. I streamed earlier the first printer when it came in, and then the second printer showed up like an hour ago, so I started another stream, and they're both printing on my desk right now. Yeah, you watch, you can probably hear the robot sounds. You hear robot sounds? Ah, okay. Yeah, so I'm just streaming. So I'm streaming for a little while longer, and then probably just the stream says hello. She says hello. Okay, well, I will call you when I'm done streaming, but yeah, just go home and relax, and then we'll see. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll give you a ring. Okay, love you too. Alright, bye. The MPCLA is rebranded Wanhao 7s are probably going to sell for around $500. Huh. Doesn't the Wanhao only sell for $400? We'll see how it works out, man. If it's, it does look exactly like the Wanhao. Because I've heard both good and bad about the Wanhao. At work, oh shit. Ow. At work, although we don't sell like super budgety 3D printers. We do sell SLA and DLP printers, and so we get calls in because we sell resins. And I believe the one how it's got to be, it has like, you know, there's no proprietary resin, so you can use third party. So I was talking to a guy the other day about his House 7, and I think he said that he really liked it. I know that there's like different revisions. I think the first one had some issues, but I believe they made a revision that corrected that. So 120 by 68 by 200. It's not a bad build volume. It's kind of narrow, I suppose, but you've got height to work with. We'll see what the price is. That might be my entry point into it then, because I was looking at getting the Anycubic Photon, which is about the same price, 500 bucks. But Monoprice is right here beside me, my house, and like I can literally drive to their main headquarters out here in 30 minutes. How fast can your Delta go as far as that from video on the little team of Monster and it retain good quality at 300%? I have no idea. One, the that's a much more expensive Delta. I think it retails like $1,000 or so. Well, this one's like a $200 one, but I'm sure once I calibrate it, I'll be able to get some speed out of it. But right now, it's looking good, man. As the layers are coming up, it's looking solid. So we'll see. This is gonna be a long print, which sucks. It's 20 minutes in, and it says only 3%, so I have no idea when the hell this is gonna finish. But I just wanted to print something that was already on here. Then after that, I'll do some own. Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, for one, I live in Southern California, which is like a big hub for just business in general. But yeah, just coincidentally, Monoprice is about 15 minutes from my parents' house, which is about 45 minutes from me where I'm at right now. So yeah, it was really, really close. And so I can order online and then pick up same day, like once they do like the what's it called? Can't think of what it's called. Like when you pick up same day, whatever. But yeah, and then Matter Hackers is further. It takes me about an hour and a half to get to work because there's always traffic. If there wasn't traffic, I could probably get there in like 45 minutes. But there's always traffic, which is a downfall of living in Southern California. Some of the shittiest highways in the country. So Batman's looking decent too. I mean, it's very, very low. It's probably gonna take like the whole night to print him. I did some rough math, and that should take 11 hours if 3% is 20 minutes, unless I'm stupid. I don't think you're stupid, but I think that sometimes these machines, it's really interesting the way they do their percentages. Like on the M3D earlier when I was using it, it kept saying that it had like 2 minutes to go, but it had like an hour to go, so I don't know. It's really weird, it looks like I'm trying to figure out how the hell this thing's moving on the M3D, because it only has like two, so each corner has a lead screw or a threaded rod. And then there's two spinning things that seem to also be helping lift it, but only on the one side, on the front side. And then I can't see how the actual hot end is being moved left and right. It's a mystery how they fit. The electronics inside have got to be just like microscopic for them to have all that in there. I live in a suburb of Cleveland, and there's nothing great here. Nearest Micro Center is over an hour away, but at least I can say my home team is the Cavs. There you go. That's funny. Yeah, Micro Center is about 45 minutes from me. Only like 10 minutes from work, which is cool. But wait, can you guys even see what the hell is going on? Okay, cool. Yeah. But there's a we have Fry's Electronics about 45 minutes away too. Everything's like 45 minutes away. That's kind of like just the standard time for everything. You can get to the beach in like 45 minutes to an hour, the mountains in like 45, or the desert. I'm in the middle of nowhere in the Midwest. Closest microphone is 4 hours. Gotta order pretty much everything online. Damn. Well, if it makes you feel any better, although I live by all this stuff, 9 out of 10 times I'm ordering online myself too. just that convenience factor. You can't you know, put a price on that, I guess. Like, I don't know, I just love it. Let me take a little video on this. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do once the mat that it's printing on fails, because it's like some kind of flexi that has adhesive on one side, but I'm not gonna be able to replace it, I'm sure, without going directly through them. It's really nice for now because it flexes, so as soon as the print's done you can really just lift it up and pop your print off. But I think after that's destroyed, I'll probably switch over to like build tack or something like that and just throw a layer on and then re-level the printer. The only electronics store near me is a Best Buy. Cool thing about living in a small town with a Best Buy is GPUs aren't sold out unlike everywhere else. Dude, you could buy them and resell them. Yeah, me and my brother went to Colorado and like the Best Buy was the big hit spot to like hang out. That and Walmart. Walmart was more so, but like Best Buy was your only really option for electronics. Dan, would you happen to have a spare power plug for this printer? You talking about the Anycubic? Like the little plug that we cut off? If so, then definitely not. The reason why I think that this printer, as long as everything is stable, which it seems and feels very stable. Again, I don't see any 3D printed parts. It's all injection molded, and it looks nice. Is that a fan? Wow, there's 4 fans on this printer. So there's a big fan that's cooling down the electronics, and then there's 3 fans on the actual hot end. Hot end looks almost like a, I don't know actually. But I think PLA is going to be just gorgeous on this thing with that much cooling. I bought a 1070 Best Buy for 400. Now mine sells 1080s for like 8 to 900 euros. Jesus. Did they jack up the price on all of the graphics cards because of the high demand? I guess I'll just wire it directly then. Yeah, I would just wire it directly, dude. 1080 Ti is $1,000. Ugh. What do I have? Mine's older. Device manager. I've got a 970. I think it's the GTX or the EVGA 970 super clocked or whatever. Jesus, that's insane. Yep, my storage still has 1060s for MSRP, but 1070s and up. MSRP, why? Is it because of all the crypto stuff or no? Because I feel like there's a lot less people mining, at least that's what I think, like internally. I don't know if that's actually valid or not. Crypto and GPU shortage. You're not spamming crypto? Or Cairo? Called you crypto? Technically memory shortage. No one can make enough memory, so it's bringing everything to a halt. Interesting. Well, hopefully I won't need a new GPU for a while. What's the price looking like on Amazon? GPU. Oops. $1070 is $674. $1070, $750. $1070, $800. Jesus. These are disgusting prices. The fact that GPU I bought a month before costs $200 more doesn't always mean. At least I can sell my 1060 for higher now. I know. If I would have known that, I would have invested in some GPUs, man. So I'm like a little excited, but I'm also kind of wondering what's really going to print. It just says, oh, B Robot Maker Fair. Oh, it's got to be this guy. Adorable. It's gotta be printing at like 0.1 layer height though, or something like that. I think this is what it's printing, guys. If the title's right. This little guy. And that looks right, based off of the filament I'm seeing. That looks like shit. That's really cool. Oh, I'm not upset that that's what I chose. Bobby, damn, wait, why is there a 1070 Ti for $1,000? I don't know, it's on, wait. It's GPUs and RAM, some phones, if it isn't on, it's going up in price. Why is there 1070 Ti for $1,000? That's probably just because anyone could sell on Amazon, although it's like a little bit harder to get onto. It's probably just like an independent seller that put it up at a ridiculous price. I have no idea how much longer I'm going to be streaming, Bobby. Been streaming so far today for 3.5 hours. It's the generic. Yeah, it's the generic, exactly. But I'm not upset with that. It's at least cool looking. Why, Bobby? I'm definitely gonna be thinking about food at some point, and then cleaning. This next month, these next months are gonna be crazy. So this next week's Murph, and then I get back from Murph, and then I've got like all these printers to work on, building and upgrading, and then I've got my arcade version 2 project I want to work on, because I've got all the parts coming for that. There's just a ton of like upgrades and tweaks and stuff like that. I feel like I need a clone or something. So I want to take a shower with you. No, just kidding. You can get GPUs for MSRP if you wanted to wait, but straight from the manufacturer's site. You only get a limited inventory every month. Oh. I don't know, Bobby. Maybe you'll miss the stream. Maybe you won't, dude. Are you guys going to dinner? Is that why you're taking a shower right now, randomly? Oh. Dude, I've printed a bunch of Mr. Meeseeks and they've all failed. It was one of my coworkers' birthdays like 2 weeks ago, and he's a huge Rick and Morty fan, so I tried printing him out some Mr. Meeseeks, like really tall ones. Well, yeah, I think I posted a video on one, but these didn't turn out that good. all the models on Thingiverse require supports, and I was just having issues with them. Like, although I tried printing them all on the JG Aurora, and the JG Aurora, I need to figure out my settings a little better. Things have been stringing like crazy on it, although I haven't touched it in a few weeks. Hi-Fi Blue, gotta get a real one to manage your print. Oh, yeah. That was my favorite episode of Rick and Morty for a long time. Me and my buddy, that I live with actually here, we'd always like walk by each other and be like, try to do it like a high-pitched voice, like, you gotta relax, and then my buddy would be like, he's trying. But yeah, it's such a good episode. If there was like one episode that I had the opportunity to convince someone that Rick and Morty was a really good show, it would be that episode. If that doesn't sell you on the show, then nothing will. Hi-Fi Blue, isn't that by... I mean, I know that's like Joel's, right? Hi-Fi Blue... Oh, Protopasta, yes it is. It's a really nice color. Protopasta makes some really nice filaments. We carry some of them at my work, like some of the more crazier filaments. I think isn't the candy apple one Chuck's? I thought it was. Yeah, me too, dude. Yeah, I think I'll see him on I will see him on Friday for sure. I'm not sure if Thursday he's gonna have dinner, if we're gonna like have dinner with him or something out there. But yeah, I can't wait to freaking see his giant RC car, and then Chuck's his like filament spool, like what is it? It's like not a bumper cart. What's the word I'm looking for? Go-kart or whatever. Damn, it's really hard for me to see chat. I'm gonna move you guys to the right. Hey, what's up, Carlos? Got my T-Bo transfer yesterday. Thanks for the advice. We'll put you in tomorrow. My first printer. I am excited. Right on, dude. If I were you, I would make sure that you have a nice, clean workspace. And also to separate, well, the screw, never mind. The T-Bo Tarantula screws are separated pretty well with the bag, so you don't really have to worry about that. But just make sure you have a nice, clean area. Give yourself plenty of time. If you get tired, take a break. Don't think you have to finish it in one sitting, because when you get tired, that's when things get screwed up. There's a video series on YouTube where the guy, why are you like? I think that was a dig. That was a dig, Cairo. What was I gonna say? Yeah, there's videos on YouTube where a guy puts together the printer, and it's pretty like, I think there's like 20 episodes, but they're only like 10 minutes each. If you ever get stuck on a part, or if you just want to follow along with that, that does a really good job of helping you get a visual more so than the booklet it came with. But more than anything, just take your time and have fun. Try to have fun with it, man. It can be a really fun time. Like if you're not in a rush and you're not, you know, trying to stress to finish it. The more time you spend with the build and making sure everything's great, like the, you know, more time you'll be up and running without less troubleshooting and calibrating and stuff like that. If you meet Joel at Murph, tell him Cairo says hi. Okay, I will. I met Joel actually though. I met him a little over a month ago at Matter Hackers. It was actually when I went down to Matter Hackers and talked to them about the job opportunity. It was at a meetup that they were having. I got to meet Joel there. We talked online, like on and off, over the years, but I got to meet him there. I finally got to meet Travis from Apiro Design, which was super cool. I got to meet Japman, and yeah, so super excited to meet. There's at least like 10 or 12 other people that I've kind of talked to online over the years that I'll get to meet on this weekend, so it should be really exciting. Yeah, no problem, Carlos. I will be completely MIA for the week, and I have a hard time getting time for like super step-by-step advice, but if there's something specific you're stuck on and you want to shoot me a message, I'll do my best to get back to you on it, man. But I think you got it. Tivo is a solid unit. I need to do some work on mine, cable management, and then just clean up. I'm not happy with the state I left it in. It's actually just on the floor right now, right here. And then the Trunksy's right there, and the JG Aura's right there. All my printers need love. Let's speed this bad boy up. Oh shit, you can go to 110%? Let's slow it down. I didn't think you can go over. I thought 100 was the max. Here we go. I might be at Murph, just depends on if I can make the trip, only a few hours away. Oh, nice, dude. I will try, if you go there, I will try to remember Larry. I'm pretty shitty with names, and there's so many people that like I've been recently meeting through 3D printing online that I'm so terrible. So if you're there, just say my name's Larry and I was in your last stream, and I was talking about the GPUs, and I'll be like, ah, yes, of course. But yeah, I'll be at Matter Hackers booth since I'm going there with them, and then hopefully, I don't really know how it's all going to go down, but I'm hoping I'll be able to do some wandering. I really want to check out everyone's stuff and say hello and see all people's cool printers and projects and stuff like that. I got my Seer 10. Before I got my Seer 10, I ordered a Rep Wrap Guru Crucible clone from Amazon, which turned out to the fact that all the good reviews are basically a scam because they give you a free kilogram of PLA for it and you give them a 5-star review. That's interesting. Yeah, with online reviews, you kind of got to take it all like a grain of salt. Usually, if there's a ton of reviews, I feel more comfortable. Like, if somebody's got 15 positive reviews, I'm iffy about that because you can easily, like, buy that kind of reviews. But if it's like 1,000 reviews or hundreds of reviews, I feel a lot more comfortable. I just feel like it's a lot more work to BS that hard. But then I also use like YouTube and stuff like that to do research on it beforehand, so that way I can look at I can look at it and kind of see whether the stuff I'm seeing on YouTube matches up with the reviews I'm seeing on that website. But it's the internet, you know, you always gotta be careful. But at least with Amazon, you don't have to worry too much since their warranty is insane, and you can return anything if it's not, you know, what you thought it was, or whether it's bullshit compared to the listing. This thing's totally gotta be like 0.1 layer height, else it's going. I felt so old about getting searching because of the BIQU. How much you think you said about it? Well, good when Joel gave the review. Yeah, well, the CR10, So like, there's a handful of China kit printers out there right now that I am pretty cool with or comfortable with, which would be, and these are really in no particular order, but like the AINA A8 because I've had it, and again I know that it's not a perfect machine at all and it needs a lot of work, but it has serious potential. So like that I like. The TiVo Tarantula for sure, the CR10s, the JG Aurora I've had good luck with. I've seen mixed things online. I know they've done a lot of revisions. I've heard really good things about the Anycubic Mega, the Anycubic Costal I stand behind. I've owned that and it's a really solid Delta for $200. The Ender 2 I've heard fantastic things about. I've also heard pretty damn good things about the TiVo Tornado. A few negative things too, but more good than bad for sure. Tronxy X5S, I've heard both sides of it, but I know that with some love for the price, you're getting a hell of a lot of printer and it's Core XY. Is there anything I am missing? Those are the ones that come to mind right now. Reality TiVo and FL Sun I'm good with. They at least try. Yeah, I agree. FL Sun I don't know much about. I've seen their units on GearBest and I've debated like trying to get one in from GearBest, but I haven't done much research on them. It seems like FL Sun kind of just makes rip-offs of other printers, like maybe not the Cricut, but for sure like the FL Sun K-Base looks a lot like the Anycubic. Like it looks identical to it. Then the FL Sun FLC Cube looks a lot like the X5S. I don't know. Yeah, FL Sun, I don't know, they look like Tronxy. Then again, all the Chinese printers look like rip-offs of each other. The Cricut, though, I haven't really... That looks pretty original, I think. Whoa. No, engraving area cannot be... Seriously prints 800 tall? There's no way. Yeah, I've heard bad things about the AINA E10 as well. But then again, I've heard a lot of bad things about the AINA A8 that I have. And mine's been awesome. Again, with a shitload of work on my part in terms of upgrades, but it printed really good right away. That Shrek initial print I did was without any upgrades on my YouTube channel. It turned out great. But yeah, I've done a lot of upgrades since then. Is this better? Sorry, the printer was right by the mic, and it was making loud sounds earlier when it was auto bed leveling, so I moved it. Also, what's going on? Hikate? Hey, what's up, JKL? How's it going? TiVo really does try with their quality, in my opinion. For example, the tarantula frame, packing, etc. Yeah, I was really impressed with everything about the TiVo, from the nice black box it came in to the nice booklet, and it just feels like they at least give a shit, which is nice to see. FL Sun Deltas are good. The QQ and Q Crickets are pretty nice. I haven't tried the C Cube. Just bought the i3 Plus, sort of a CR10 clone, so I'm hopeful. Huh. Let me know how it is once you give it a go. TiVo's newest printer. Oh shit, the mic's now like... the mic... Stupid. The mic's completely blocking. Sorry. TiVo's newest printer, Michelangelo, has some of the best packaging I've seen from a Chinese manufacturer. I'm interested in that guy too, man. So many printers! I just saw the micro in the background. Sorry for your loss. So far, it's not too shabby, man. It's the Micro Plus. So it supposedly has upgrades over the Micro. I had issues with loading the filament, which was really annoying. I had to actually take apart the extruder head. I was able to load it via directly through the top. When I was trying to use the in-bed one, it was getting caught. It wasn't going through the Bowden tube. And I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a fan at all, really, of their software. It seems pretty limiting, which I know is nice for maybe a beginner that just wants to import and hit print. But I think I'm going to flash the firmware so that way I can use Kira or Repetier and see whether I can push it towards like 50 millimeters a second or 60 millimeters a second, and what kind of performance and quality I can get out of it. So. Michelangelo's like $100. I mean, you're not out much if you buy one. Thing is way too fast for its own good, though. Like you're saying, it's awesome. The only reason I've been having a hard time buying printers lately is because I don't need printers. Like, I run 2 of them, and that's really it. Like, the most I'm running at the same time is 2. So I like having them, and it's fun to have them, and it's like I wish I had a lab to store them in. But it's like when I'm spending money on things, like I feel like I'd feel better spending it more on like upgrading a printer I already have, or like a new lens for my camera or stuff like that. You know, I'm just having a hard time like justifying it. It's one thing if like I can get a sponsor, then I'll review it, of course. But yeah, I have a hard time justifying spending on a printer. Right now, at least. I almost pulled the trigger on a CR10 the other day, but I was able to like talk myself out of it. You said you have the original. You don't know how the microbus works. The original was so bad. Also, for the software, you should be able to use any G code you want. On your icon tray, double-click the micro button, and it should open a control panel where you can import G code. Oh. So wait. On your icon tray, double click the micro button. Huh. Interesting. Well, that's cool. Although it's still, as far as you know, that you can't directly connect it up, right? With like, if I wanted to throw in like a Raspberry Pi Zero and use Octoprint. It's good but fast. Out of the box, it tries to print PLA at 100 millimeters a second and uses 240 on the hot end to make up the difference. It's a little different, so it just zooms all over the place at the default speeds. Wow. Well, I'm sure it probably can go pretty quick if you do increase the... But that's really fast. I don't know that I ever really printed 100 millimeters a second. It's a Bowden extruder as well, or is it direct drive? I'm pretty sure it's Bowden. I think I watched the hot end do a quick video on it the other day. But I watched so many printer videos, I'm having a hard time remembering. It's already 7 o'clock? Shit. I think I'm gonna get dinner in a little bit, guys. You're I hit you guys. Sorry, camera. Hold on, give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna run to the restroom. And I'll probably stream for like another 15, and then I gotta figure out dinner. I'm getting hungry. One thing that I do think we're gonna see happening is that it's gonna become a standard for like kit printers. God, I hate you guys again. Sorry. To be more like how the CR10 is and those style printers, where although they're quote unquote kit printers, they're not truly kit printers, and they're just kind of like 2 or 3 main parts. Oh, I thought that it was lifting. I was so sad, but it's not. It's just the angle I looked at. I don't think that is possible, however. I know there's a way to flash the old ones with a modified firmware, so I'm not sure if Octoprint would work with it or not. I know that that firmware you're talking about, I actually have it pulled up. And I think that the Micro Plus uses the same board. I don't know for certain. But the firmware, which I seem to have lost, is called IME. IME is a firmware for the micro 3D printer that attempts to fix the printer's biggest problem, limited software compatibility, yada yada yada. So it says that it's been tested with Cura, Octoprint, Simplified 3D, Repetier, Print Run, Matter Control, and Craftware. So yeah, if I flash it, I will be able to. So I do plan on flashing it. Because if I can get 50 millimeters a second out of it with decent print quality, then that's pretty cool. I just feel like you could really use a cooling fan. I hope I have an invitation to this dinner. Sorry, Bobby. I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner. I might just do like Subway, or it's funny because I had rice and chicken for lunch, but all that I feel like is rice and like chicken for dinner as well. Thank you guys, everyone that's been hanging out. Kate and Larry, and there's more. JK that stopped by, Cairo being awesome, been here the last few weeks, Carlos, everyone. There's a cooling fan on the inside of the shroud that I'm 100% sure you could splice into, but it would be at 100% all the time. Well, I don't know that I would care that much. I mean, the first layer maybe I wouldn't want it for, but I still think that it would be beneficial for PLA, which is all I plan on printing. Although they did send me a heated bed, which I'm curious as to how it works. Because it looks like the heated bed just plugs into the separate power supply they gave me, so I don't know if it just heats up to like one temperature, or it doesn't look like it connects with any internal board, so I'm not really sure how else the temperature is going to be adjusted on it. Let me see. Okay, so the screw in the top center of the bed controls the flow of electricity to the bed and allows you to adjust, the adjustment of the max temperature. The LED will turn bright blue as the bed heats and turns bright red when the bed has reached the highest temperature. Once the LED is turned red, you're ready to print. It will take some testing with your bed and printer to find the right settings for your project. Recommend using the guide number printed above the screw. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I wish that the heated bed was controlled via slicer. It's just plug in and then kind of whatever it goes to, it goes to. Not really a big fan of that. I feel like they should have done some more revising and come up with a way to plug it into the existing board or something like that. Yeah, there's a heated bed, man. It's not inclusive, like you have to purchase it additionally, but they threw in one. But yeah, I agree, it does sound a bit janky. I mean, it'll fit nicely in place, but you have to have a second power supply. I think like it'd have been much nicer if they had a way where you could plug in the heated bed into the existing unit, and then when you got the heated bed upgrade, they gave you a beefier power supply that was able to power that heated bed versus having 2 power supplies and having to adjust it via a screw. Yeah, I'm sure it was both of those things, Larry. Because the form factor of this printer is identical to the first one. The only things I think they changed was something with the firmware or software to be able to make it print faster, and I also think that they changed the parts inside from plastic to like a form of carbon fiber. That's at least what it said online, I believe I read. Hey, BIQU followed me. That's hilarious. BIQU are the ones behind this printer. That BIQU is a beast. BIQU 3D printer printed nozzle torque wrenches all day long. They gave the wrenches away to guests. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm really liking this this little BIQU so far, man. I mean, again, completely open to all slicers. It's got an LCD screen, it's got an SD card reader, it's got auto bed leveling. I mean, it's just a sweet printer. Gonna go play Fortnite. Talk to you soon. Okay, Cairo. Sounds good, man. And enjoy and good luck. Oh, do you have any tips on how to make a printer quieter? I have an 8 that upgraded to ramps, and the bed is really loud when it moves in the Y direction. I have dampers on the motors as well. Oh, you already have dampers? They have silent stepper motors, or stepper motor drivers. I'm sorry. The bed is really loud when it moves in the Y direction. You could try to upgrade the bearings, maybe, with some higher quality bearings. You already got dampers on. Maybe put something underneath the whole printer as well, like feet, like some kind of rubber feet. Check some stepper driver video. Yeah, could help. Just don't know what board and drivers that printer uses though. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of just diving into the realm of better stepper drivers with like higher micro stepping, but I'm not sure whether I heard that it'll fit in the Rams board and it's compatible, but I don't know how well it'll work with that compared to like a 32-bit board. Bobby, do you have flux? You probably need to use flux, man. You shouldn't need to heat it up hotter than that, but there's a chance that the like soldering joints or points are like oxygenated. Usually I always use flux when soldering so you don't damage anything. What's up, Enrico? Hey, what's up? Andres, what's going on? How much was it? This printer is 200 bucks. It's $199.99. I think it's the bearings that are making the noise, but I'm not 100% sure. I replaced them once, but they were some cheap ones. Yeah, I would do, I mean, all the above. I would try bearings, like higher quality bearings. Check into the drivers for the steppers to see if you can get some with like more like micro stepping. And also maybe something under the actual printer itself, because maybe when it's moving it's causing the actual unit to vibrate against the surface that it's printing on. Those would be my go-tos. I got one favor for you guys. If everyone that's been hanging out, if you guys could smack the like button, that would be awesome. I always forget to ask, and then, or like have something that asks. But if you guys could, that'd be rad. You're not using flex. You need flex, Bobby. I have destroyed many things by not using flex, man. I do not solder without flex now. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna head out to dinner. I gotta figure out something to eat. I'm just getting really hungry, and it's getting to the point where I've streamed like 4 hours today, so feeling like I put in a good amount of time streaming. It's been a lot of fun. We got 2 printers set up, which is awesome. I will definitely post both the Batman bust and the Maker Faire robot. Oh, what is that? Something looks like it's screwed up a little bit. But I'll post pictures of them on Twitter, so if you guys follow me on Twitter, then you guys will see it. So, because it's both of these are gonna have probably how much longer? I would say this one's got a couple of hours, and this one's easily got a couple of hours. So it's gonna be a little while. But yeah, Carlos, thanks for stopping by. Good luck again with your TiVo Tarantula. I'm sure you'll be totally fine. And it's exciting, man. It's really exciting once you get it up and running. You'll see, man. Once you get into the 3D printing, it's addicting. It's so much fun. Just being able to create things in front of you. I love it. So, but thank you to everyone for hanging out, keeping me company, checking out these printers. I hope you guys all have an awesome night, a great rest of your St. Paddy's Day, and a fantastic Sunday. And I hopefully will see you guys in the next stream. I will not be streaming next weekend because I will be at Murph all weekend, so I will see you guys the following weekend. If you do follow me on Twitter, I do plan on posting pictures and photos. Those are the same thing. But yeah, little updates and stuff like that of things I see and cool stuff there, so be sure to check that out, and I will see you guys later on. Peace, guys. Bye, Bobby. Bye, Hecate. Bye, Andres. Bye, Carlos. Bye, Larry. If I see you at Murph, please come out to me, Larry. Say hello. I'll be wearing a Matter Hacker shirt. And everybody else, have a fantastic night.